So you've got this new chapter. You're going to be making 3 different books. You're scaling back on the baking, but still you've got you're a go-getter. How do you manage all of that? So you'll still be baking. It'll be smaller. You're doing the books. You're influencing on social media. You've got a big following, and you're a stand-up, knockout, amazing mom. How do you do all of it?
The first thing I'll say is that I believe that God gives each individual person a different capacity. And it can be really tempting for people to see the way that I live and think, like, why can't I do that? Like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I handle all those things?
Comparison is the thief of all joy.
And I have been just given a high capacity. I'm a high capacity person. I function well with a lot of things on my plate. That is not for everybody, and that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It's just how God created you. And so something that I have always just tried to stay consistent with is submitting myself to whatever capacity God has given me. And so I hold things with a very open hand and view everything as mendable, changeable, moldable to whatever I need it to be at the time. So, like I said, I started my bakery from the very beginning because I wanted to stay home with my girls still, and I wanted to do something creative. God made me a creative person and an entrepreneur. Like I said earlier, this isn't even the first business I've ever done before, right? Like I've always
was your first business?
I did wedding calligraphy and stationery design, like custom stationery. So I was in graphic design. So this is just how I've always been, right? Like I always have an idea going on in my brain. But I wanted to be home with my kids. So that is my priority. There's like a hierarchy of things in my life, and I constantly remind myself of those things and even regularly write it down physically on a list to ingrain it into my brain more. And so number one priority always is my relationship with God, my church family, investing into that part of our lives, my personal walk with the Lord, my walk with the Lord in community with other Christians. Second priority is my husband. He is number 2 always. And we prioritize our marriage so intentionally. We view it as the most sacred part of our home. Third is my children. They are the light of my life, and they will always be there. It is God, my husband, then my children, because my children can only be blessed if they have a mother and a father who love one another properly, right? So that's the ecosystem. Then everything else trickles underneath that, right?
You put the big rocks in first.
Yes, and my business isn't even fourth, right? Next would be like my extended family, then my friends, like those are also more important to me than my business. And I think that for a lot of entrepreneurs, the tendency is to just dive in and nothing else matters except for success in the business. And you will lose yourself so quick if you fall into that pattern, right? So that I just wanted to preface everything with that. Then there comes the element of self-discipline, right? Like I am, I think, probably a more naturally disciplined person, but doing all the things that I do, I have to be disciplined, right? So that means I wake up early every day before my children, and I start I have my morning routine. I do the same thing every single day, right? I get myself ready. I drink my coffee. I read my Bible. And typically I'll have, like 30 minutes or an hour to work a little bit before my kids wake up for the day. Then they're up and I'm on mom mode, right? The other benefit of how I balance all of these things is I have a husband who views our life together as a partnership. We're a team. We work together in all things. My husband works from home. So that is a huge thing for me. Every afternoon, he takes his hour-long lunch break at a specific time so that I can have time to work in my office. And so he'll have them for a little bit. Then we always make our girls do a quiet time. So they go and play in their room while I work. And that's kind of how we function.
Wow, you are such an inspiration. You are giving me right now so many. I'm jotting them down in my mind. I'm like, wow, I need to work on that. And I need to work on that. So...
Yeah.
Wow.
We've instilled quiet time in our children from the very beginning. So still, every afternoon, my girls do an hour and a half or even 2 hours sometimes playing in the room together. And I really do my best to not do any work while I'm with them during the day. not perfectly, right? And they understand what I do, right? And a lot of my work is integrated with my life, right? So if I'm filming a recipe, I can make food and I'm just filming myself and they're around me, right? So it's
That's
not always
the human element of it too. So that actually is it's cooler.
Yes, yeah. So a lot of my work can be integrated into everyday life.